Hi guys, what's going on? It's Stefan with the Path to Abundance, and in this video I want to talk about my authentic experience with semen retention. You probably noticed that I uploaded a video on my 30-day journey of semen retention, and I took it down for one reason, and this reason is I was inauthentic when I was telling my story, because I was watching a video from my friend who was talking about his experience with semen retention, his 21 day Nofap, 21 day semen retention, and I noticed how I was taking little words from his video and I was putting it in my video, so it was not authentic. It was still good, but it was not what, it was not according to my standard, and I realized that, so I took it down. So in this video I want to talk about my actual experience and an epiphany that I had related to semen retention, and I want to talk about semen retention from a little bit of a different perspective, through a different lens right now, because there are several ways to view this thing, and I noticed for myself it's not so much for me about 30 days of this and 28 days of this and not 2 months of that and 3 months of that. It has to do something more with the vision that you have for your life. And I believe that frequent ejaculation, or having sex, or splitting out your life force, is a symptom of not having a clear, defined vision for your life, because you're like airing around. You have to see your life or yourself like a big vessel, like a boat in the ocean. And if you don't give your boat or your vessel a clear destination, then it's just airing around. You are airing around in the open ocean. You could have the best vessel, the best boat, top speed, the best crew members on board in the world, but without any clear destination, without a clear GPS coordinate, you will never get to where you want to go. And I think this is the biggest reason why many people, or many guys in society, are addicted to pornography, frequent ejaculation, and just releasing frequently, And from my perspective, let me begin with how I how I view semen retention, and how I got started with it. You probably can relate. You probably can relate to this. When I first started out with that, I thought semen retention is bullshit. Who is doing this? Why should I stop? Why should I, self-sacrifice for this? Is this even working? The energy, your life force clogging up in your root chakra down there, this is not gonna be healthy, and it's not gonna work. You're gonna have intense urges and you want to release as soon as possible. That was my thinking. And the biggest one that I hear from many people out there: you're gonna get prostate cancer if you do it for too long. You're gonna get prostate cancer. Well, I think from my experience, there is something to it. You might get issues with that if you don't learn how to cycle your energy in your body. But let's get back to my story, to my original insight that I had when I discovered semen retention for myself. I discovered the secret, or the power of semen retention initially 5 years back. I think it was 5 years ago. Yeah, 5 years, when I first initially moved down here to Freiburg. And at this time, I was just getting finished with my degree. I did a bachelor in biomaterials and material science, and this time, because many professors, many teachers told me, you're not gonna amount to nothing, you won't make it, you don't have what it takes. I wanted to prove myself. I wanted to prove my own worth to myself, and I wanted to show everyone they are wrong. And I wanted to make this year 2015, the best year of my life ever. Wanted to crush my thesis, and I started visualizing. I started seeing myself finishing my thesis, having my colloquium, having my final defense, like my oral presentation, with my parents being there, coming down from Düsseldorf to Freiburg. It's like 600 kilometers. It's a long way. I visualized them being there with me. I visualized my professor being there with me. I visualized myself delivering an amazing presentation, getting a 1.0, highest grade possible in Germany, and a 1.0 in oral presentation, and a 1.0 also in in my written document. And it all happened precisely as I imagined it, only 1,000 times better. It happened precisely as I visualized it, over and over and over again. Every morning when I went out of bed, I went for a jog, like 6 a.m. in the morning, 5 kilometer jog, visualizing on the way, visualizing my ideal life, visualizing what I wanted to do, and I had a really crystal clear image of what I wanted to do, and that propelled me forward. And I wasn't even thinking about ejaculation. I wasn't even thinking about sex. I had this drive, this desire, this focus on this point, that it became a reality. And I probably didn't ejaculate or didn't have sex or didn't relapse for, I think it was 5 months or something, 5 or 6 months. And I only realized it in hindsight that I was discovering the power of semen retention right there. But the most important lesson for me during this time, and as I apply it to my life right now, where I'm right now, is as soon as you have a crystal clear vision of where you want to go in your life, the topic of semen retention or frequent ejaculation becomes totally irrelevant, because you feel like you are living in your vision right now. You're moving forward to your destination every single day. And so that's why it's so important for you to define where you want to go, not on terms on anybody else's terms, not on what society thinks you should be doing, not on 9 to 5 paradigm, not on just what you truly want to do with your life. Ask yourself this question: what if you would do it every single day, would give you intense joy, gratitude, abundance, happiness, whatever, positive feelings when you get out of your bed in the morning, and you feel like this day is worth it. I'm doing the work of a human being, and I'm doing a powerful thing right now, and I just love it. I love doing it every single day. This is what you should be pursuing, right? And I noticed that the hard way. I realized that the hard way, because once I finished the thing that I thought was my vision, was my thing I wanted to do, here's something that happened. I lost faith, and I felt completely miserable, because I had been pursuing a wrong goal or an imposed goal all along. And I realized that at this moment, that it was not my goal I was pursuing. I was deeply unsatisfied and deeply unhappy for a long period of time, because I realized I had been doing this degree for 5 years, for 4.5, 5 years. And I don't know about you, but there's nothing in life that feels so frustrating as achievement. You have achieved what you want, what you thought you wanted to have, but you don't feel fulfilled by it. There's a saying by Tony Robbins that goes like, achievement without fulfillment, or success without a fulfillment, is the ultimate failure in life. And I felt this at this very moment. So I urge you, set up a vision for yourself that is pulling you in your direction, in the direction where you want to go. Not based on what your mama is thinking, not based on what your papa is thinking, not based on what your sister, your brother, your uncle, your whatever is thinking is right for you, but based on what you truly want to become, and follow this. This is the most important lesson ever for me. And yeah, so when you do that, when you truly have a vision and you go after it day by day, semen retention becomes pretty much irrelevant, I think, because you don't want it. You're not even thinking about it. You're not even considering it. I think it's a symptom. It's a symptom um, of people, or like in general, like, yeah, society not having a clear vision, not being happy with their lives. That's what why they want to get this in, intense shot of dopamine. It's nothing else than the addiction to gambling, to overeating, to um, I don't know, to alcohol, to nicotine, to cigarettes. Gives you an intense boost of dopamine, the feel-good chemical, but it only lasts for so long, right? It's not a lasting feeling. It goes away as quickly as a finger snap, as a blink, with a blink of an eye. It goes away, and that's why we must come back to our original vision. I think because then we don't need to have this dopamine. We don't need to have instant gratification, as I call it. It's called instant gratification because you're having this dopamine shot for, I don't know, for 10 seconds, and afterwards you feel depleted in terms of semen retention. And the issue or root cause why you're doing that is actually much deeper than that. It's not because you want to have the pleasure, but because probably you want to run away from your emotions, from feeling the unwanted, undesired emotion. And if that emotion had a name and it was called Mara, it was called Mara, my suggestion is, if you don't want to feel Mara, if you don't want to feel the pain, the hurt, the distrust, the whatever negative emotion, fill in the blank here, right? Then it's advisable, from my point of view, to invite Mara to tea, to sit with Mara, look Mara in the eye, and say, I feel you, I see you, and now I integrate you, and you are gone out of my system. This is how we overcome emotional turmoil and trauma, by sitting with it. You have to feel it in order to heal it. That's it. And I think this is the root cause of all instant gratification and all addictions in society. See, semen retention is just another addiction of dopamine, a dopamine addiction. Playing with your cell phone the whole day, or checking messages, instant messages like WhatsApp, Facebook, SMS, whatever, is also a symptom of um, is also another addiction. It's a dopamine addiction, and it's the equivalent, like opening, giving away our mobile phones to young children. I don't have that. This is not my original idea. It's from Simon Sinek. I borrowed this from Simon Sinek, but I think he's absolutely right. He says giving our young children, like 13, 14 years of age, in their puberty, and in a very important time of their lives, where the hormones are changing, where they are changing at a very rapid pace, and giving them access to mobile phones nonstop is the equivalent of opening up the liquor cabinet and saying, "Here, you want some vodka? You want some wine? You want some whatever? Just have it. Just go for it." It's the equivalent, because it's causing the same symptoms. And then later on in life, when these kids have emotional turmoil and have emotions they don't want to feel, they go back to their cell phones, because that is what they learned in their childhood, and that is what becomes hardwired in their system. So in the same very same sense, I believe it's the same for semen retention. When you start doing it as a young kid, like when you're 12, 13, 14, when your hormones are going crazy, when your testosterone is going up as you are in adolescence, as you are transitioning to adolescence, then this becomes hardwired too, and this becomes a coping mechanism for stress for us that is really bad. So I urge you, as a takeaway, the call to action of this video: sit down. Now is the perfect time for it. Now, as we're going through this crazy time, Corona, everything is shutting down. We are at home. we have a lot of time to reflect, we have a lot of time to go inward. I see it as a very positive time for myself, and I see it as a huge opportunity for everyone else out there to go within, to become befriend yourself, befriend your unexpressed and suppressed emotions, and become really crystal clear of what you want to build in the future, where you want to be, and start visualizing that. And when you start doing that, then semen retention is irrelevant. Semen retention, talking about it, even talking about it, becomes pretty much irrelevant. And yes, this is a takeaway I want to give you. Just sit down. You have 24 hours a day. Just sit down for 30 minutes to an hour. Write down where you're at. Look at your life right now. What are the results you're getting? And if you're happy with these results, great. If you're not happy, then take some corrective measures and take some action and start visualizing. Because here's the other thing. When you start visualizing, you are essentially reprogramming your subconscious, and you're imprinting the things that your conscious brain, your conscious brain is setting out the direction. Your conscious brain is setting out this GPS signal, is recording this GPS signal to where you want to go, where you want to send your vessel to, where you want to go with your ship and with your crew, But the conscious brain is not following through. This is what the subconscious brain does. And so in order to hold on to this, and in order um, to follow through, you have to imprint it and impress it in your subconscious brain. And this is what you do when you visualize it over and over and over and over again. You recondition your subconscious together with some powerful affirmations that are in alignment with what you want to achieve. This is the most powerful thing you can do, because if you don't change your paradigm, if you don't change what's stored in your subconscious mind, then nothing's going to change. So this is the perfect time right now to do it. Corona, this is the perfect time. Yeah, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed today's video on semen retention, on my personal take on semen retention and why it's so important to have a vision in your life. If you liked it, please make sure to give me a thumbs up down below and subscribe to my channel, hit the bell for notifications so you will be informed about any new stuff that's coming up here. And I just wish you a wonderful day. Just remember to stay calm, happy, and grateful for what you have in these maybe a little bit challenging times, but I get you, and we will all go through it. We will all come out at the other side stronger, happier, and better than ever before. So I wish you a great day. Stay strong. See you next time. Bye for now.